Hello and welcome everyone, this is Drenon and today I would like to welcome you to my first Melee Friday. With this day I will complete a loadout for the week, as with Primary Monday and Secondary Wednesday I intend to bring you one melee weapon each week if I can manage to do that. The scenarios I test the melee weapons in are the same as for the primary and secondary weapons. First I will test it against level 10 enemies without using any mods at all, and then against level 30 enemies with a set of basic mods. I will also not use any stance mods in the weapon, since some of them are rather hard to come by and I want to show you what to expect of the weapon without having to play the game for a longer period of time already. This week I will have a look at the Fang, a low-rank dual-dagger melee weapon. As most weapons of this kind, the Fang have a really high attack speed. It deals a total of 30 damage per hit, and puncture damage is the highest of the damage types. That makes it generally good against armored enemies like the Granier. Both the critical chance and the status chance of the weapon are not really high, so that I would not put any mods into either of those stats and rather just focus on increasing the damage and possibly the attack speed more. You can acquire the Fang at Mastery rank 0, which makes them a possible choice for new players. You can either buy them for Platinum or get the blueprint for 20,000 credits and then build it for another 20,000 credits, 1 Morphic, 600 Polymer bundles, 600 Ferrite and 500 Nanospores. So let's have a look at the weapon in-game. Being a dual dagger weapon, the attack speed of the Fang is rather high, but they also only have a really short range, which means that you will get really close up to your enemies in order to hit them. Even without the stance mod, you can also already use a charge attack that will deal fairly high damage to your enemy. At level 10 against the Corpus, you will only have the one problem that you are exposed to their fire while you slice your way through them. That aside, you make short work of them, especially when you use a slight spin attack. It does not really matter where you hit them, as long as you keep hitting them, which will also get your combo counter up if you have the weapon drawn, and thus will even further increase your damage. When you face infested, the only thing you need to worry about is their poison and other AoE attacks. That aside, most of what they throw at you will come right at you and thus run straight into your strikes, dying rather quickly. Against the Granier, the weapon is simply great. Due to its high puncture damage, even the more heavily armored troops go down quick, and should you get into a group of Granier, even better, since you might hit multiple of them at once. When you are up against the heavy units, you can dispose of them quickly by using the ground slam and then the ground execution, which will deal heavy damage to them. Also don't forget the charge attack for tougher units like the Eximus enemies. For the level 30 enemies I put a rank 5 Northwind into the weapon for an extra 90% cold damage, since it has a D polarity slot by default. To increase the damage even further, I add a rank 5 Pressure Point for 120% increased base damage and a rank 5 Fury for 30% increased attack speed. The remaining capacity is used for a Molten Impact, which gives another 15% elemental damage and changes the elemental damage to Blast, which might knock the enemies down. Up against the Corpus at this level, you don't need to worry about most of them, since you will kill them really quickly. Only the Bursars are a bit of a worry, mostly because you need to hit them from behind to do any damage. When you face the Infested, there's literally nothing to worry about at this level aside from the poison as usual. You will slice your way through all of them easily and might even get some normal enemies down in 1 or 2 strikes. Ancients will take a few hits, but since you will occasionally stagger them, that won't be much of an issue. At the worst, just knock them down with a ground slam. The Granier won't exactly be happy to see you at this level. Much like before at level 10, you will dispose of them quickly thanks to the high puncture damage of the weapon, so that you will have no trouble with them at all. It is time for my final assessment. From a Mastery rank 0 weapon you really would not expect much, but what can I say? The Fang is a beast. They slice through everything with ease, and the cutting sound they make sounds rather vicious to me. You can hear how the blade cuts through the air and almost feel how painful the sharp cuts are. Its only downside is a low range really, but that aside, this is definitely a weapon that you should get if you are looking for a reliable melee weapon in your early stages of the game. If you like it though, still don't put any Former or Catalyst in it, because there is a better Prime version of it available. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up and feel free to leave me a comment. If you did not like it, you know where the thumbs down button is. If you do not want to miss any other videos for Warframe and other weapon reviews, as well as videos of a similar kind for other games, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This was Drennon with Melee Friday and a look at the Fang. I hope that I will see all of you again next time. Bye!